Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno.
Hey guys, and welcome to my vlog style wrap up for October. I was sitting here thinking about life and I've realised that I don't think I'm actually going to have time to film a wrap up in any sort of timely fashion for October. So I thought it would be more fun to document the slow disintegration of my mind as I finish my master's degree. If you're not aware, I am a university student and I'm finishing my master's degree, and as of today I'm exactly 2 weeks out from my deadline. And I have so many books I want to read, and I have never been more obsessed with watching Book Talk, because all I want to do is read my books. It's all I want to do, and I'm so upset that I don't have time. I have spent several days in a row now where I have actively chosen to not read a book because I'm A, either too tired before going to bed, or B, actually studying. So as we currently stand, let's do a little update countdown of the statistics. I am at nearly 16,000 words, and that's about 66 pages of my thesis. And so I've hit the word count, but I'm not quite done yet. So I've been working all day since 7 a.m, which is actually quite impressive in hindsight. It's now about 3 p.m. I got up, I just started working, and I haven't stopped with the exception of a couple of tea breaks. I have been forcing myself to stop with some tea breaks and TikTok. Because it is just the easiest media for me to consume right now. I finally hit that point. I never hit this point, but I finally hit the point where books are just too much, until the evening at least. So yeah, I'm going to be continuing to write today until I'm so close to being done with this paper. My goal is to be done by the end of today, and then I will work Tuesday through Thursday. We'll get to Friday, will bring us to the 15th of October. I hope I'll have another update before then, because I do kind of want to finish off a book tonight. This is very ambitious, but yes, Friday we're going to do final touches, and then Saturday is going to be beginning edits. So I'm getting really excited that I'm really close, and this vlog will end with Halloween, and will end with me rereading Frankenstein, and I'm so looking forward to that. So that is keeping me going. So luckily for you, within the next 20 minutes I will have my thesis done and submitted, but for me, this is a 2-week timeline we're working on.
Non più tra
Hello, it is the 14th of October, and I'm not stressed at all, no. In terms of reading updates, not many to give. Basically the only reading I'm doing at the moment is when I'm reading Outlander when I'm driving. My thesis is now due in just over a week, and all I have been doing is writing. Like, I'm actually really surprised by how little time I've had for reading. So I'm reading the Blazeroth games. I haven't taken it out of the book bag for a couple of days. That's where we're at. I think I'm about 50 pages, 60 pages into it. Not very many. So yeah, I'm sort of in the final crunch this weekend with finishing writing, and then I'll be editing my thesis. So I'm kind of hoping that after this weekend I will actually have some time to read. But we will see what happens. Good morning. It's the 15th of October and it's just before 8 a.m. I'm reasonably tired, but I think today's going to be the final push. I've got a feeling. I think by the end of today, my thesis will be ready to edit and will be done. This will be the last day. The last day of my life, potentially, where I'm not able to read books because of study. After today, I am going to have all of my free time to read my books, if I get it done today. 17th of October update. It's 8 p.m, I'm editing my thesis, I'm over halfway through, and I really want to read a book, but I have to do editing. So that's where we're at today. Have I read a book today at all? No. I did read some last night though. I'm now halfway through the Blazeroth games, but that is all for now, so I will check in with you shortly. Just one tiny update. I found out that Tome Topple is in fact happening this year, and it is starting tomorrow, and I'm really upset about this because I said in August that I really wanted to participate in it because, like, literally for the previous year I had anticipated it would be at the same time. I'm not angry that it didn't happen because people were busy, but I'm just like, I tried so hard to make Tome Topple happen this year. I can't believe I'm missing it again this year, but I can't, there's no point belatedly trying. I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but I guess I probably can't do Tome Topple and finish my thesis and do my TBR, so not gonna happen. It is now the 20th of October and I have finished the Blazeroth games. I actually finished this a couple of nights ago and I just haven't had a chance to film yet, but this was done. This was 3 stars. This was a mild disappointment. This was a disappointment because I was expecting a 5-star, hoping for a 5-star read, but it was 3 stars for me. There were a lot of really rushed elements in this. The plot was just trying to take on way too many things, and it was way too short of a book Everything felt rushed and superficial. A lot of the important things weren't delved into with a great depth. And even the dragons, the role that they played in this book was nowhere near as big or forefront as I was hoping. It all takes a big backseat to almost this big race to get to the end and to get the whole plot across. And then getting all of the diversity wrapped into this book, I thought that was really cool and I loved seeing it. We've got a trans woman in a position of power. We have an entire team of dragon riders who are queer. We have female empowerment, like so much. There are so much great things going on here, not even touching on like race and ethnicity. But yeah, that was clearly meant to be the main punch of this book, to see and maybe have published a book that actually features all these people that aren't usually in these fantasy novels, but I think that it was possibly to the detriment of the actual plot. However, I still think that the author has great potential, and there is going to be a book 2 to this. It actually came out about 5 days ago, so I am planning to continue this series, and I do want to read whatever Ortiz writes next because I'm really curious about her journey as an author. It is just after 10 p.m. on the 21st of October. And I have myself a nice glass of port. As an update, I think I've hit the halfway mark for Raybearer, which is absolutely bloody brilliant. So I'm that far through somehow. I have been pretty busy, as you've on and off seen, but my thesis is basically done and I'm looking to submit it tomorrow, and then I'm going to just celebrate by reading for a bit. However, it's late today and I'm pretty tired, so I think I'm going to probably not do any more reading tonight, undecided, but that's where I'm at now, and more or less halfway through this brilliant book. Morning. It's the morning of the 22nd of October. I'm gonna get ready, then I'm going to submit my thesis today, and then we're gonna read a book, but I suspect submission is gonna be at the end of the day because we've got an unknown amount of work to do between now and then, so let's get ready.
Farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vernice.
Just sat down to start working, and then I realised that there was a parcel for me, which my parents have just sort of snuck in, and I hadn't noticed, and I just suddenly looked up and saw it on the table. So I'm going to open this. I believe I know what this is. I think it is from Harlequin. Obviously it says HarperCollins here, that's just the distribution company. I think this is going to be a book called Fossil, which is going to be for a book club pick of the month. I don't know if that's been announced yet. I think it will have by the time this video has gone up. So, but if not, a little bit of inside knowledge for you. Yes, it is. I'm really excited about this book. So this is Fossil by T. Cooper. I love the cover for this. I think this is really catching, and I think it's a fossil discovered at London's Natural History Museum leads one woman back in time to the 19th century Australia and a world of scientific discovery and dark secrets. I really am looking forward to reading this. I think this sounds really cool. I love that the Natural History Museum has been bundled up with Australian history. That's quite fun. So yeah, this will be the November pick of the month. I didn't get around to reading the last 2 months' books, though I do still want to, just because with uni I've been too busy. So I'm very flattered that I've been sent this book. The reason that I've been sent these is because I'm effectively collaborating with Harlequin for their book club. They have a book club called the Book Stack, and I always say the link to that will be in my description, and I'm pretty sure I have consistently forgotten to link it, so I will try and put it in this vlog. But yeah, so I've been sent the books to read and review for them and get everyone excited about it. So that's really, really exciting. I love historical fiction, so I think this will be a big thumbs up for me. I mean, I haven't read it yet, we don't know, but I'm pretty excited, so yay! Actually, on second thoughts, I don't know if it's T or Tia Cooper. If anyone knows, it's probably Tia, isn't it? That would make more sense. Tia Cooper.
Donesco color, quel vermiglio donesco color, non più frai.
The 24th of October, so I'm running out of time to get through all my books, but I'm hoping to finish Raybearer today. I'm actually not far off finishing it, but I thought I would finish it yesterday, but that didn't happen. However, I've just been out shopping and I've actually acquired 3 books, so I thought I would show you what I've got. Am I doing very well with the book buying ban? Not great, but I'm finding all the loopholes. So we're still having fun. So the first book that I got was Iona by Alison Goodman. Now I've actually read book 1 of this and been umming and ahhing over whether I should buy book 2, and I never felt strongly about continuing the series, but I also could probably do with rereading Eon, which is book 1, although I have a feeling these have been renamed. However, I found this at a secondhand bookstore, which is where all these books are from, and so because it was a bit cheaper, I thought, you know what, I will pick up book 2 and I will continue this series. So I have broken my book buying ban for this, but I will talk about this more in my wrap-up. I have also donated books, so I'm kind of breaking even for this one. The next book is a book I've already read, and that is Finnegan of the Rock by Melina Marchetta, and this is book 1 in the, I don't know what this series is called, but I read this via audiobook and I didn't love it, but I want to continue the series. I don't think I liked the audiobook, so I'd almost be tempted to reread this. I do have the sequel, which is like double the width, like the size of this one, so we'll see, but I thought this would be nice at least to have a matching series because this is the same edition as book 2 that I have. And finally is one I'm really excited about, and that is Behemoth by Scott Westerfield. This is a lovely hardback and this is book 2 in a series. I haven't read book 1 yet, so this will not be adding to my TBR, so it is really only one book. Iona is the only one being added to my TBR, but I bought Leviathan, which is book 1 in this series, several years ago now, and I got this same hardback edition from a secondhand book fair. So when I saw that they had Behemoth in the same sized hardback at the secondhand bookstore, I just, no question about it, I had to pick it up because I do not know when I'll get the chance again to get like a matching hardback set. And this is reasonably expensive to buy the hardback first hand now, and I don't know if it's the same size, so I'm reasonably happy with all of my purchases today. Apart from anything, I think it's worth mentioning that I have finished my degree now. I don't know if I've already vlogged this or not, but I have finished and submitted my thesis, so you know what, I'm not that upset for breaking my ban, because I think that is a worthy cause to celebrate and acquire a few more books. I'm really chuffed about that, and I've got a little bit more time to read now, which is really exciting. Okay, we're gonna have a quick chat about me and my book buying ban and what happens when I break it. I wanted to talk about the purpose of the 300 TBR and the purpose of having repercussions for breaking it, because I don't want to punish myself for buying books. It's something I enjoy doing and I'm proud of my collection. I have so many books. This is like the most perfectly curated collection of books in my opinion. Of course, it's my books. Yeah, I'm so, honestly, I'm so proud of this collection. When I look at this makes me so happy to be like, you know what? This is something I love passionately, and I'm not going to be upset with myself because I broke it. But obviously I have a book buying ban for this very specific reason, that I want to read the books on this shelf. I want to read the books that I keep buying. So I did break my book buying ban today with this particular purchase of Iona, which you just saw. And the other two do not break the book buying ban, and I'm fine with those loopholes. Honestly, I'm enjoying that the book buying ban is sending me out to re-channel my book buying like energies, so that I am buying sequels and stuff like that. Like I'm pleased about that I'm going, well, let's just build up what I've already read and want to own, and also sequels that I want to continue with. In terms of Iona, I'm actually a little bit torn about whether there's going to be any repercussion for this, because I did donate 2 books yesterday to a charity shop, but because Iona is continuing a series I've been reading, this is actually fueling the challenge of my TBR to get through books that I have and series that I'm currently reading. And I am actually tempted to say, you know what, I'm giving this one the green flag. I haven't blatantly broken it for anything, so I'm not going to do any other repercussion for that one. I'm going to sit and think on it, but I just wanted to fill you guys in that, because that is serving a pretty good purpose of me continuing a series I'm reading, and it's progressing through stuff I've already got and already started. This makes sense to me. Maybe it's a big excuse, but for now I actually don't think I'm going to penalise myself for Iona, especially because I did donate books yesterday, so it's kind of like a in between. I've got about 100 pages to go basically of Raybearer, so I'm at page 370 out of like 470. But TikTok just made me sad, so I'm taking a moment to reflect on my life. I just watched one of those people who very casually just updated that they've read 160 books this year so far already. How do people do that? I cannot express how much I wish I could read that much. Oh my goodness. 160 books. I'm on book 69. I thought I was doing good. I am doing good. It's not a competition, but it is. I refuse to believe that it's possible to read that many books in a year until I do it myself. My life is a lifelong mission to ever increase my reading capacity until I can read 160 books by October. I don't understand. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm just feeling a little bit dejected. I'm going to try and read the last 100 pages of my book tonight and probably not manage that. And then I'm going to feel even worse. In a twist of events, I did indeed finish Raybearer last night, despite being relatively dejected. So I did complete this book, which is exciting. So this is the third book on my it's very squeaky chair. So this is the third book on my TBR for October. So honestly, pleased with that, which means I have started the next book, which is The Potion Diaries. I'm like all of 20 pages in, not very far. But yeah, loved Raybearer. Raybearer was brilliant. This was a 5-star read for me and has gone on to like my all-time favorites list. I just absolutely adored this. This was just brilliant. So I cannot recommend that book enough. But right now I'm going to have a cup of tea and then I'm going to actually do some filming. And I'm going to film a book haul because many books, even though I shouldn't have many books, I do. So that's where we're at, and I'm hoping to actually get through a good chunk of The Potion Diaries today. It's the morning of the 26th of October, and I am about a third of the way through The Potion Diaries now. It is quite entertaining, as anticipated from when I read the blurb out in my TBR video, so I am enjoying it so far. I'm curious to see where it's going. I thought it was going to be quite predictable, but so far I have been wrong at every turn and things have been turning out a little bit differently to how I've anticipated it to turn out. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a little good chunk more read today. Maybe I'll hit the halfway mark. We will see. It is now the 27th of October. I keep forgetting to give an update, but I have finished The Potion Diaries. So I finished that this afternoon and I did hit the halfway mark yesterday, which is what I was trying to do, and I really enjoyed it. I was really thrilled by how good that book was. So I've ended up rating it 4 out of 5 stars and would definitely recommend. It was really unexpected, it was really twisty, it was really entertaining, it was a real page turner. I thought it was going to be really predictable, but it was not predictable at all. I didn't think anyway. That was definitely a pleasant surprise that I enjoyed that one. I don't feel I need to read the next book, however I think it's part of a trilogy or potentially even a quartet, so I don't really know where the story's going to go. I suspect it may go downhill from here, but I had low opinions of book 1 and I have been proven wrong. So now I have moved on to The Beatrice Prophecy by Kate DiCamillo. I've been really excited about this book. She wrote The Tale of Despero and it's not on my TBR, but I do want to read it because it's going to be a super quick read. And a bit of a plot twist, I've also started reading Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. A colleague at work got me this to celebrate me finishing uni and I've been anticipating this book so much. This is the guy, as you can see, who wrote All the Light That We Cannot See, and it was a brilliant book. I loved that book. So I've just read like the first 30 pages. This is over 600 pages. It's obviously very big. I don't think I'll finish this before the month is out, but I am just having a little dip in and out of this one because I could not wait.
Quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, non chiudrai farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando a riposo.
So it is now the evening of the 31st of October, it's the very end of the month, and I'm finally getting a chance to film, so hello from me in my pyjamas. And I'm here to tell you that I have indeed made it to Crossings, which was the 5th book of my TBR this month I've got to. I could not tell you for love nor money where I am through it, because as we know if you've watched my TBR video, this book can be read out of order, and I have decided to do just that. So I think I've read maybe half the book, that's where I'm at. I'm going to read a little bit more before I go to bed tonight, but I'm anticipating that I'll finish this one off at the beginning of November. But this was really good and I am enjoying it, so I'm so pleased that I finally got to pick it up. Now that did mean that I didn't get to do my reread of Frankenstein. I might do this in November still. I'm a bit undecided, but I was enjoying the feeling of actually getting through my TBR for once, so that did not happen. However, since we last checked in, I did finish the Potion Diaries, and I feel like we've discussed that. And then I finished the Beatrice Prophecy, which was by Kate D. Camillo. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that. I think I might even have... Here we are. It's just on my shelf here, so this is the Beatrice Prophecy. So this was a review copy. I wanted to squeeze this one in. It only took me about a day to read. It's middle grade fiction, and I loved it. This was just hilarious. This has gone on to my all-time favourite list. Like, I really, really enjoyed this. So if you see this book in a bookstore, I highly recommend that you pick it up and have a read, because it is worth it. All in all, that brings my total to 8 books read this month, and I'm really, really proud of that, considering that I have been so busy at the beginning of the month with finishing uni off, and there was genuinely at least a solid week where I barely read at all. The fact that I'm a good way through my 9th book for this month, I'm really impressed that I've read that much, and it's got my hopes really high for what November's going to be looking like. In terms of what I'm in the middle of, I am also right smack bang in the middle of the 7th Outlander book, which is An Echo in the Bone, I think. I think it's An Echo in the Bone is what I'm reading. And if I take you over here, I can show you that I've also just begun Cloud Cuckoo Land, so you can look forward to seeing my thoughts on that hopefully in November. But that is all for me from now, so I will be signing off to finish reading this and finding out what happens, because it's a very interesting book. So I hope you enjoyed coming with me for my October vlog wrap up. I am thrilled with all the books that I've read. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of the books that I have read this month, or if you're planning to, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.
Alle gloria militar